Okay, this is another impromptu. Oh, I don't even like my background. Sorry, guys. Let's do it this way. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm doing a live today. I wanted to, I should have probably given you guys some notice. I just was like, let me go on here and do some lives. Hello. Oh, hi. Hi, gratefully. EUT. How are you? Okay, so I wanted to talk today about just hair care and hi, Jalicia. How are you, Mrs. King? Oh my goodness, so good to see you. It's been a hot minute. How are you? How are you? Okay, I wanted to talk about child care and child hair care challenges. Um, I don't know if you've got a child, say like, "Hi, I have a child," but because I've just really noticed that a lot of parents, a lot of people are kind of struggling, and it doesn't have to be like superly complicated. Okay, I'm graced, and you? I'm great, thank you. Hi. This is so cool. I don't really do live. This is like my first one. So it's kind of exciting. Okay, so I wanted to talk about, and then everything I am talking about that applies to child care, child hair care, you can put on yourself as well. Like you can do the same thing on your hair. Alicia says, "Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?" Yes, it's been a while. Yes, it has. Um, yeah, so you can do the same thing on your hair as well. So a lot of the times, what I have seen with a lot of parents, with and well, since you guys are actually on here, if there's any question that you both have, this is like a small group. Again, I just kind of came on here like that. Let me know, and I can answer it. Just we can just have a little chit chat. Let me know if you. I know, Jaleesa, you cut your hair recently. I'm not sure. Did you go relax? Are you relaxed now, or is your hair still natural? Let me know in the comments. Okay. So what I was gonna say is, hair care doesn't have to be overly, because sometimes when I come on YouTube, even as a hair person, I'm like overwhelmed. It's just there's just a lot of information out there, and it can be so overwhelming. But I think sometimes people just do the most, and really, the hair is always growing. It's really technique that's a big part of it, and there's also tools that are used, and then yes, products do play a part as well. But the major thing is your hair is always growing, so it's more of retaining what's growing. And then in reference to children and their hair care, I find that a lot of parents have been kind of causing tension, alopecia for the children, because they are doing like those cute hair bands, but it's just too tight. It's too tight. Julie says, I'm still natural. I'm loving it. I think I'm getting addicted to cutting my hair now. I know I have been having this itch to just cut my hair. Like when I say cut my hair, I mean shave it all off, like just go super low. Because I have seen some really cute styles. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to do that. I want to cut it all off and then I want to dye it. But I know my husband's not going to want me to do that. So I'm not going to do that. So I'm thinking, actually, now I'm thinking of actually growing out my hair, because I've actually just been maintaining this collarbone length, that kind of awkward length. So I'm trying to maybe grow it out now and kind of go back to having long natural hair, long healthy hair, because ultimately it's best to be healthy than just length, not focusing on length but health as well. Um, Yes, and my daughter's hair is like the one I'm really focusing on to really try and grow it out and make sure I have good hair care disciplines for her as well, because it's so important to start early so that way they don't feel like natural hair is this chore, natural hair is just difficult, because that's what I find a lot of my friends who have children. That's what I'm hearing a lot of. I feel like everyone's kind of confused with it, and I think it's kind of the media and again, just information overload out there. But like I said, it doesn't have to be overly complicated. You can just go the simple route. I'm kind of simple. I don't really have a lot of time to do too much. So I like to just keep things super simple. And what does that look like? It is you're washing the hair once every 2 weeks, either once weekly or every 2 weeks. Try and moisturize the hair in between. So if you're doing every 2 weeks, then you want to wash your hair this week, moist, do a protective style, and that could be for adults, since you like the people on here, you could do a bun. If you're doing for a little child, then I would say to moisturize the hair and do twists. So I used to do braids, and that was like my thing. I love braids. I like to do box braids without extensions on children. I like to do box braids, but then I learned that doing the twists are actually like less tension. So I tried it out, and I am sold. Oh my goodness, I am sold. Gracefully says, I and my daughter are natural, but it seems like my hair is not growing in length, but it's increasing in density. I'm actually getting tired of natural. I just want a cut. My husband won't let me. So I hot comb. Okay, so um you feel it's not growing in length, but it's growing in density. So that's actually really good, because I feel like that means your hair is quite healthy. So you're getting bulk. It's kind of growing. People say it grows outwards as opposed to growing that way. Are you tracking your hair growth? Like, are you literally tracking it? Maybe pulling it down and saying, okay, it touched here this month, and then maybe 3 months down the line you check it again. Because sometimes we think it's not growing, but it may be growing. That's one thing. And then secondly, have you trimmed your ends recently? Because a lot of the times what's happening is your hair is growing, but your ends are bad. So you're, brushing it, combing it, and then it's just chopping off. Just those ends keep breaking off. So it looks like it's not growing, but excuse me, your hair is always growing. So you're not retaining the ends because the ends keep like cutting off. So that could be something you want to check out. So maybe you need to get a good trim, get that good trim, and then start to really protect your ends. And what does that mean? That means when you do a style, if you want to do like a just cornrowing your own hair or flat twist your own hair, then you put in a bun, then tuck your ends under your own hair. Or if you do like a bun, you can, I don't track it, I trim, and I don't track and I trim tips twice a year. So check again. I would say check the health of your ends. You're doing twice a year. You may need to do a bit more than that, because what's happening as well is if you're having your head down, it's rubbing on your clothing. So all of those little things add to like your hair breaking at the ends. What you can start to do is just start tucking those ends in. So you said you hot comb your hair. So when you hot comb it and you have it straight, just tuck it underneath itself so it's not like rubbing everywhere. Just so you can kind of see if it is actually growing and you can retain the length, because that's the key, is retaining the length. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is also kind of think about your nutrition. Nutrition is also part of it. A lot of people kind of forget about that part, but it's really important to not just look at hair care as topical, what you put on your hair, on your scalp, but actually what you're taking in as well. So how much, what, like for me, I know one of the reasons my hair has been suffering is because I have had like such a bad diet. I have been eating tons of sugar, a lot of processed meals, and not drinking water. And all of these things are so important for hair care, right? So you need to be drinking water, taking your vitamins, making sure your iron's good, making sure your zinc levels are good. You want to be drinking water. You want to be um, eating all your nutrients. Eating leafy greens. All those things will add to the health of your hair and add to how your hair is growing. So let's not forget, because that's really like bulk. That's like 60% of hair growth is what you're taking in. And this also goes to your children. What are your children, feeding our children those nutritional meals will also help with their hair growth as well. So if you're focused on hair growth for your children, make sure you're watching what are they consuming. Are they taking lots of sugar? Apparently sugar is actually quite bad for, yeah, of course we know it's bad, but apparently it actually hinders hair growth as well. So you want to check on that and just make sure and encourage them to eat good nutritional meals, take their vitamins, and things like that. And then also just protect the ends. I am struggling with drinking water and I can see it in my scalp. Girl, I know, like I am so bad with water intake. Honestly, like my sister's always calling me saying, so have you improved? Like, are you drinking water? Like I would drink a cup of tea 3, 4 times a day. I'll have some hot drink like 3, 4 times a day. but I will not drink water. It's so bad. Like I literally went a few days, I'm not even joking or lying on here. I went a few days without consuming just plain water. Super bad, super, super bad. So yeah, so I can see it in my hair can feel dry sometimes. And I just know that's just part of the things that just not hit that's hindering my hair growth. So I'm hoping I'm trying to change. I'm trying to kind of go on a more healthy spree. Yeah, actually, we need to keep ourselves accountable. Okay, so we need to start like, are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? So I'm hoping to actually start on Monday. That's like my thing. I'm gonna start on Monday to start drinking, at least 2 liters a day, at least, or maybe just one. Let's start with 1 liter a day. And then we go from there. Okay. So what else do we want to talk about? So I was talking about children's. I know you guys. Yes, Grace. Tell me about your children's hair because I know we spoke about yours, and you feel like yours is not growing. What about your children? Do you find that um they they need help with their hair, or how are you? How is hair care for you with your children? How old are your children as well? If you can let us know. Are you struggling in that area, or are you good in that area? What are you doing? What are you using? Yes, Jalicia, I am an accountability partner as well. We need to get on it. We need to get on it because your husband is on it. Like I've seen pictures of him. He's doing really well. He's doing really well with all his like healthy eating and stuff. So that's cool. So yeah, I'm waiting to see if Grace has anything to let us know about her daughter and their hair care. I had a picture. I was trying to find a picture of my daughter's hair when she was about one. Before she turned one, I started doing like cornrows on her hair, and in my mind, I was doing it so like light and softly and everything. But sis, she still had some breakage like at the edges. Like it was so obvious. I saw it once and I was like, oh my goodness, what happened? And there are a lot of people out there that I would start saying, start adding this to the hair, start putting some castor oil. Like, you don't even need to do all of that. Like, I didn't do all of that. Not like those things are bad, but for people who are just kind of a bit more simple, we don't want to like go in our kitchen to cook up anything for the hair. We just want to maybe buy a product and use. I would say this: if you are having issues with your child who is less than 12 months, first of all, if your child is less than 12 months, just allow the child to be. Like, don't stress about hair stuff when the child is less than 12 months. Like, don't even start any like regimen, routine. Just enjoy. Like, you just had a baby. There's so much more to like worry about than to be thinking about hair and stuff for your baby. I've had people ask me, like with the whole cradle thing that babies have. I'm like, just leave it. It's okay. Just keep the scalp clean, and that's really all you need to do. When your child is over 12 months, then you can start thinking, okay, what do I want to do? Um, I would definitely strongly advise. I did it, but if you can, don't do too much with their hair when they're just over 12 months. They're still growing, and the hair changes up until they're about 3. So your child's full, like adult hair doesn't really come in fully till they're about 3. So remember that when you are thinking about, okay, what products to use, what oils to put in, what hair growth challenge, whatever thing you want to do, just take things easy. The most important thing is you want to keep the hair clean and you want to keep the hair moisturized. A tip for moisturizing your child's hair is use as much as possible, use good quality products. So products that have good quality ingredients in it. And then layer up on moisture. So what does that mean? You've washed the hair, you've conditioned the hair, you've rinsed all of that out, use your leave-in conditioner, use a moisturizer, use um like a butter, then go on top of that. And then do maybe like a twist if the hair is long enough. Don't do braids like I was doing. That's just, you don't even need to do all of that. Do twist. It's super easy, super convenient for yourself and for your children. And it's very easy to take out. It's very easy to detangle. trying to finger detangling. Again, I didn't do this. I am learning myself. This is my first daughter, my only, not first, my only. I'm not having any more. But I used to do like, use brushes and detangle. And I think that's really because I was doing the braiding method. But the last time I did the twisting, I realized I didn't even need to use a tool. I just did finger detangling and the hair was like perfect, it was great. So if you can, do finger detangling. Another thing that I have seen in, the social media world is trying to like sleek our children's hair all the time. And I'm like, we don't really need to sleek their hair. They're children, they're babies. Yeah, you sleek it and then they go play, and then literally 10 minutes later, all the hair is all in piece, all out and everything. And it's like, allow children to be, in my opinion, and don't try and do the most. Don't try and put like heavy product on their hair and stuff. When they're like over 2, 3, then you can start maybe messing around and doing those things. But recognize that natural hair is natural hair. In its natural state, it is not silky. For some, that if you have like, type 4 hair, it's not necessarily going to be silky. If you don't have silky strands, it may be coarse, it may be really, really tight, it may look dry, but that doesn't mean it is dry. It will not stay in place because that's just how natural hair is. Accept it, love it, and keep on moving. We are doing the most with our hair sometimes, trying to just sleek it down, and it's just like just allow the children to be. It really doesn't have to be that complicated. Remember a few things: wash the hair, keep it clean, moisturize the hair, layer up on your moisture, leave-in conditioner, moisturizing like a curl styler, and then some butter on top. Twist it, and you're good to go. And do that every week. Yes, weekly. Maximum leave it for 2 weeks, but the hair will need to be rehydrated. Usually every 7 days. If you're pushing it, every 10 days. But if you're going more than that, that hair is dry and it's going to just start breaking. So yeah, that's it, you guys. I just want to comment here because I didn't post this week, so I was like, okay, let me comment here. Thank you, Delicia. Thank you for staying on, girl. Yeah, so I just want to come on here quickly and just do something and not just be like completely silent. But I will be uploading another video hopefully this week. But yes, really great to talk to you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Do you have any questions? Thank you. All right, so we need to start drinking water, right? All right, girl. Have a good one. Bye.